So I spent 23 years in the Army as a squad leader, platoon sergeant, and so on and so forth. And when I came back from Iraq, I was welcomed by the VFW at the airport. And these guys were able to, one, guide me to my next destination. And they were also giving me, some boxes and stuff, the goodies and everything else. They took care of me. And I made it my goal that when I was to come back, when I was finished serving my country, that I will be the member of the VFW and do the same thing for our future veterans. I might not be wearing the uniform, but I'm still here doing some volunteer service. And I feel like that's very, very important. All of us veterans, we stand by each other. We all experience, something similar, and it is a bond. And, trying to go somewhere else is just not the same. Come to the VFW, become a member, even for a little bit, man, just try it out. Welcome to All Four Downs. It's the NFL Week 15 NFL picks. I'm your host, Ovi Muniz, with Hector V in the house. Hector, how's it going?
Man, it's a beautiful day, and I'm ready to get this going, man. I had a fantastic week last week. I'm trying to see if I can cap that off another week.
Oh, man, talk about fantastic week, man. I was given an invitation to go on a podcast presented by Clovercrest Media. It was the CMG Sports NFL pregame show, which happens every Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. So if you're tuning into that show, you want to check out these guys because, man, they living it up. And they made me feel so happy. So happy indeed. I want to share this with you guys because, look, I felt like I was very glorified on this one. I was proud of myself. And I made some money off sugarhouse.com. But before I do, I want to say congratulations to Hector because he went 12-2, which is probably the best record he had all season. So congratulations.
Yeah, it was a good one. The Cincinnati game was kind of disappointing. I was like, man, I thought we had that one. We came back on that one, but fell short. That's okay. And hats off to the Rams. You know what I'm saying? That they're starting to play like they're supposed to, like we thought they were going to all year, and they kind of fell off. But they did what they had to do against Arizona, and that's an okay loss for me because it was a division game, and two teams that are heading in the right direction to the playoffs. So I'm okay with that. So
yeah, it was a great game. I thought actually the Cardinals were going to take that game, but it turned out that the Rams had more in them, and that was a good finish. But the games that a lot of people were talking about was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Buffalo Bills, right? Saying that, well, because they lost to the Patriots, they're going to come back. They will beat Tom Brady. And I'm explaining myself it's a curse because you're talking about you're finishing the Patriots where you come from a loss to go against your rival quarterback for over a decade like Tom Brady. And then you're in the same boat. You're about to lose back-to-back games, yet you're in crunch time getting ready to go to the playoffs. So I try to tell my peers that the Bills are in trouble, but they didn't believe me. And then they were talking about the Chiefs and that I have to give more respect to the Raiders. I got to give respect to the Raiders, Hector.
I don't know why. This game, the spread could have been 20 and 25, and they would have still covered.
It would be like college football.
Yeah, exactly.
Alabama versus a team we've never heard of.
10
But check it
points.
out, man. I gotta play this video clip. Check it out.
I think the Bills pull off the stunner today and beat Tom Brady and company.
I beg to differ, to be honest with you.
You may.
Yes.
You just did.
Look, the Bills. Look, man, they're in danger of not making the playoffs. Lost against the Patriots to go against Tom Brady. You know, I think they're cursed. I think Tom Brady is not going to be touched, and because he has time in the pocket, he's going to just dismantle that Bills defense. But there's no chance for the Bills to even win tonight or today. Sorry. They're not
totally disagree.
I think the Chiefs probably will cover that and then some.
I agree. I agree with you there. The Chiefs will, because the defense is getting better and better every week. And I used that same example on our last segment, and I'm gonna say it again. The Chiefs are getting hot at the right time, while the Raiders, I don't know what they're dealing with, but you don't know what you're gonna get out of the Raiders no more. So either they're gonna play good or they're just gonna fall flat in their asses. They're going to fall flat hard.
That's terrible. I think with the Raiders coming off to win the first meeting, I think you have to give them a little more respect, even with the up and down season. But I don't think they'll go on this huge win streak and run through the playoffs the way Ovi's saying that they're this hot. I don't see the Chiefs being this dominant team that you guys are. Well, not you guys, but Ovi is buffing them up to be. I think
it doesn't matter how it makes you feel. Oh no.
There you have it, man. I mean, I was having a blast.
Look, when you put that box score up, Kansas City covered the spread in the first quarter alone. That was it. They covered it in the first. It was 14-0 after the first quarter. They covered. Game over.
You know, and look, besides the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs had assistance from the Raiders because the first quarter, like every possession, they were turning over the ball. And the Chiefs did what they had to do. They took advantage of the situation, and boom, there you have it, right? But I kept saying that besides that, the Chiefs' defense are getting better every week, and everyone forget who's the defensive coordinator. This is the same guy. Not only won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs, but he's also a Super Bowl champion with the New York Giants, which that defense took the whole entire team and carried on their backs to win a ring.
Yeah,
you know, so. I'm just saying.
And then whatever that Facebook user said, Ovi, chill. I mean,
no, he's like, laughing. That person's laughing, man.
Okay.
You know, look, that rock clip had me dying, dude. I was dying making it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hear it from these guys. But then again, I didn't hear anything. I heard crickets.
Like the New Day, right?
The New Day from WWE. You're right. But listen, maybe I got lucky, but if you paid attention to the end, that was my ticket of $127 that I won out of $5 that I put in for the parlay. And those two games were included. So I'll pat myself in the back on that one. Also to my brother Jose Adorno over there in New Jersey, and you yourself. You know, I try to combine everything together, a package to, you know, the top 5 games that would eventually make the money. And we did very well together. Yeah. You, on the other hand, 12-2, fabulous job that you did. But can you continue that momentum?
I'm going to have to, because unlike your other counterparts, I know you and I know your skills when it comes to the games and when it comes to picks. So I got a 1-game lead, but we are far from over. We are going into week 15, and we still got a lot of football left. I think we're now I'm not sure if anybody got a bye week left, because we're dealing with
there's no more bye weeks now.
So we're dealing with 16 straight games from here on out. So anything can happen. I'm not going to count my chickens just yet. I'm not going to count the eggs until they have no. It took me to go 4-1 against you this week just to take a 1-game lead.
Man, I gave you two Christmas gifts, so I don't want to hear it no more. All right. You know what I mean? I know everyone's gonna say, "Well, why did you pick the Jaguars?" Well,
You know,
you notice I didn't pick them in my bets, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. But big shout out to Sander who is tuning into our show. He was listening in that Sunday, agreeing with me with the picks that I was making, and he was wanting to be on the show. So I can't wait to hear him say what he has to say this Sunday with Clovercrest Media. But hey, once again, this show is brought to you by Clovercrest Media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, give us a comment, man. Let us know how you feel about these picks. Give us some, drop us a few lines here and there. But I want to let's look forward to week 15. Let's check out the standings. And I like to play this game, and we're gonna start with the AFC. We're gonna play promote or demote. All right, that
all
is
right.
the title of our segment. And let's start with the standings here. The AFC East. The New England Patriots are in the lead by 2 games, 9-4, going into week 15. But the promoter demo, okay, will the Buffalo Bills, let's put it this way, are you going to promote the Bills to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I am. In the beginning of the season, I said they were my AFC pick. I know they've been slipping a little bit here. But yeah, I'm still promoting them because of their defense. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to make the Super Bowl now, but I still think they got one of the top ranked defenses in the league that can help them promote them into the playoffs. Above their other counterparts that are 7-6 right now.
Well, I mean, we could knock out the Jets out of the way, so they won't interfere any kind of way.
Hmm.
If anything, I think the Jets are the most dangerous going in because everyone's playing for their position, right? Playing
Right.
for their value in case they go to another team. But the Buffalo Bills have the Panthers, the Patriots, the Falcons, and the Jets remaining, right? So anything possible could happen. But I am with you. I think the Bills. I'll promote it. The Bills will make the playoffs. And again, I mean, it's a tight race, and we're going to see the overall playoff standings in just a little bit. The AFC North, promote or demote, the Baltimore Ravens will win the AFC North.
Uh, I don't want to go back on what I said last week. I don't think Baltimore's going to win that division. I'm going to demote that. I still think Cincinnati's going to find a way of winning that division. I know it's one game. It seemed like a long one game, like in football, I say the longest yard. So I still feel like Cincinnati will overcome this debacle of a division and win it over Baltimore.
I will be surprised if Pittsburgh make
Hmm.
a sprint to the top, right?
Yeah,
But I don't. I'm not liking it. I just don't like the way Pittsburgh is starting their games. They finish strong, but
yeah.
it's like they do look old when they start, and then once they get warmed up, it's already like middle of the fourth quarter, and then they're just throwing down 21 points like that, like they did against the Vikings. I'm
Yeah.
saying this: the Cleveland Browns are more favored to win the AFC North. I promote them and I will demote the Ravens. The Bengals feel like they're missing a screw or something like that because they had a chance to take over this division. There
Right.
were 1 or 2 weeks that they were in first place.
Hmm.
Now they're below the Browns. So that's why I feel like that's going to be a little difficult for the Bengals to overachieve. I mean, anything is possible, right? But I
Yeah.
got a good feeling that the Browns may take the North. I doubted them, but it seems like they're making a comeback. The AFC South, the Titans and the Colts. I'd say to say the Titans going to make it in the South, right? They're going to finish first place.
I promote
You
that.
promote it.
I'm promoting it. Yeah, I mean, I know they don't have Derrick Henry and everything, and so that to me it favors Indianapolis on the run game. But you got to do it on both sides of the ball, and so I still promote Tennessee winning that division because Indianapolis right now got a tough game ahead of. I think they both got a tough game this week that we're going to talk about, but I think Indianapolis got a little more tougher road than Tennessee does. So, but Tennessee do got to be careful because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the tiebreaker is belongs to Indianapolis. So they got to be
Well, I'll tell
careful.
you what, the Colts. I feel like demoting the Colts, and
Hmm.
and the reason why I'm saying that because not only they play the Patriots, they have to play the Cardinals the following week, then the Raiders, and then the Jaguars. Okay. Um. Again, one of the Facebook user, it might be Sanders again. I don't know, but he says the Titans just need to win out. They control the division with 2 wins against the Colts. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
But anything can happen in any given Sunday. All right. With Baker out with COVID, Browns can lose the next game. Um, we can see
Yeah.
because look, a lot the job is on the line, especially in that quarterback position, right? And when I know we're going back to Cleveland, but Cleveland's still looking for a franchise quarterback because they haven't given an extension to Mayfield. So this is very important to see what they have as far as the backup is concerned. But I
Yeah.
still don't think that just because you have a backup, they still have a good run game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nick
You
Chubb.
know,
Oh yeah, they
yeah,
got
Nick
it.
Chubb's man, he's still there. He's still got it going on. But if he was to be taken out of the equation, then I'll be worried.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's big true. Yeah. I agree with that.
Promote or demote the Denver Broncos makes the playoffs.
I demote that because you look at it right. If you look at it right now, only reason I say that is because even though they're 7-6, but they're holding the 10th spot in the AFC. So their 7-6 record is not better than the Bengals, the Browns, the Bills, all the Colts. Who all have the same record, and so they're going to really have to win out and need a lot of help for these other teams in front of them to lose because they're not winning the division. I'm sorry to say. Their only hope is to try to get that number 7 seed. And as long as the Browns and the Bengals and the Bills continue winning, even the Colts, winning at least 2 out of the next 4 games or whatever the case may be, Denver's not going to make it. So I demote that. They're not making it.
All right. Okay. We're going to go and move over to the NFC side of the house. Not much to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. They're pretty much set to take over the NFC East division. But the
Right.
Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles, do you promote them or one of them making the playoffs?
I do promote one, and I would say it would be Philadelphia. I promote Philadelphia. I demote Washington from making the playoffs. But this is the make or break game right now, this week against these two. I know Minnesota's still in the mix of all this. Yeah, believe it or not, the Falcons are still in the mix, and the Saints are still in the mix at 6 and 7. But I believe one of them will make it, and I believe it will be Philadelphia.
I'm liking Washington,
Mhm.
despite of what's going on outside the football field, right? All the administrative stuff and everything else about the investigation. But those players that Coach Rivera has, they're playing with their hearts. They're playing. They have that never give up attitude, and they could have given up against the Cowboys, but they decided to fight all the way through,
Yeah,
right, to make it a game. I mean, they could have, they had a little bit of turnover at the end, but they still had that chance to beat the Dallas Cowboys,
yes.
and they fell short. But I'm leaning into Washington, man. I think they have more heart than the Eagles. Don't get me wrong, Jalen
Right.
Hurts, he's a great leader.
Hmm.
Um, Anything can happen. I like your pick too, but
Hey, we
sad
may
to
both
say,
we might both be right, and they both make it. Who knows?
yeah, who knows? Who
From
knows?
6 and 10 winning that division last year to maybe 3 possible teams winning, getting into the playoffs in that division, that'll say a lot for the NFC East.
The NFC North, the Green Bay Packers are 10-3. Safe to say, of course, they will be in the playoffs. Their next victory should clinch the playoffs.
Yes,
Um, in your house sports, what's up? I'm
that's
glad
what
you
I'm
guys
talking
joined
about.
us, man.
That's what
Demote
I'm talking about.
Washington's ownership and front office. What a dumpster fire. I understand, man.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
the owner, settle on the side. I think the owner should give up and just sell the team, give it to somebody else to take care of that franchise because it's sad to say that the Washington football team doesn't even have a motto
Well, I
or a
was gonna say
nickname.
I needed. I mean, hopefully they start promoting to get a name. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be calling them the football team. We all know they're a football team. I just don't
Oh,
want to be calling them that.
yeah.
So
I don't know if it's the copyright issue or what, but man, everybody else doing copyrights. I don't see why they can't find another name. I mean, if the Cleveland Indians of Major League Baseball could change their name from Indians to Guardians,
that
I
fast,
think that
correct? Yeah,
the Washington football team could have done the same thing.
they could have. I think they just jaw jacking around here. They're just playing around too much.
Yeah, they've been playing out with all these sexual harassments. That's what's going on. But
Hmm.
hey, I ain't gonna stir. I'm not gonna stir nothing up here. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hey, let's go to the NFC South. Tampa Bay first place. I don't think there's much to say about promote demoting in this division.
No.
However, I'm gonna continue to demote the Carolina Panthers. I think they will lose out the rest of the season. They made a bad choice of getting Cam Newton. There's a reason why Cam Newton never went to Washington. There's a reason why Bill Belichick didn't want him back in the New England Patriots. There's a lot going on that a lot of people are not talking about Cam Newton. And this guy's a virus, man.
Mm-hmm.
No one's talking about it. Everyone's wanting to say, why haven't he been on this team? Why he haven't on that team? There's got to be a reason. People know what's going on behind the scenes, right?
He's not putting forth the effort to play the games. I mean, when you see him on the sidelines, just smiling when your team is down. Come on, man. This team in the beginning with Sam Darnold was showing little promise in the beginning, and now all of a sudden, you're 2-8 in your last 10 games, man. It's just pathetic.
It is. It's pathetic, especially the way they started. They started from the top, and now, I mean, they're doing the opposite of what Drake's music is, man.
Yeah.
But all right, the NFC West is looking solid, man. Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, still all of them in the playoff picture. So I'm gonna tell you this. Out of the Cardinals, Rams, and 49ers, who you promote to win the division?
I'm sticking with the Cardinals. I mean, I like the way the Rams are playing. I mean, I was in awe the way they played Monday night against the Cardinals. And I know that defense is ferocious. But Arizona, I don't know if the Rams were not even playing, any kind of zone defense or man coverage, but they let Kyler Murray just throw the ball at will. I mean, it would almost look like a video game. He was getting 10 yards here, 15 yards here, 20 yards here. It's like, what was the Rams doing to stop this Cardinals offense? If the Cardinals offense continues to stay hot, it's going to be hard to beat them. Especially if Arizona goes on the road. We got to be careful with that. I mean, they're not doing so good at home. Their 3 losses all came from the house. But if they go on the road, man, they could be a dangerous team to mess with. So I'm promoting. I think Arizona can win that division, even if it's by 1 game.
I'm gonna demote the Cardinals. I think if they lose another game, the Rams could step up because the Rams have the experience.
Yeah.
They got the right players and they got the veteran coaches that've been in the playoffs already, right? That've been to the Super Bowl already.
Right.
The Cardinals, they have their staff is a bunch of, I don't think now I know the head coach is young. You have your quarterback that's still young, but when it comes to experience, this is it right here. This is the final stretch to make it to the playoffs. And even that, I'm not saying that the Cardinals ain't gonna make it. I mean, they could win and everything else, but I don't foresee them going far in the playoffs. So why not?
Right.
Why win a division or not? I don't see the Cardinals going far at all. But hey, this is what they're playing for the Super Bowl. I'm excited. They're gonna be in LA. But here's the AFC playoff standings. The Patriots, the number 1 seed with the Titans, Chiefs, and Ravens. Then you have the Chargers, Colts, and Bills in the top 7. Outside looking in, you have the Browns, the Bengals, and the Broncos. And that's what I'm telling you, man. Is like, my gut, I don't know. Broncos got a chance, man. They got a chance. And imagine if the Bills don't make it. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's going to be very disappointing for that organization, who had high hopes last year. AFC Championship game was the preseason favorite to get to the Super Bowl. My pick to go to the Super Bowl. But yeah, it will be very disappointing. And Denver, they started off 3-0. But look, 4-6 in the last 10 games. They're on a downslide just like Carolina is. You just can't figure out Denver. They're unpredictable right now. Do we get it? I don't know. We got a Denver Bronco team that decimated the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington. I mean, what kind of Bronco team do we get week by week here?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there, but I that's why it's so exciting for the final stretch. And then the Green Bay Packers, the Buccaneers, Cardinals, and Cowboys in the top 4. Rams, 49ers, and Washington in the top 7 right there. As you can see, 3 teams of the NFC West are in position right now. And then tied with Washington right now is the Vikings, the Eagles, the Falcons, and the Saints, with, again, Washington leading the way on that tiebreaker. I'm hoping that Washington will finish strong, man. I really do. And if the 49ers are hot, look, they're 7-6. Hopefully they don't choke. But if you're looking at the schedule, the 49ers play the Falcons, the Titans, the Texans, and then they finish with the Rams. So they could possibly be 2-2 or 3-1 in the final stretch. You know, can Washington win the next 4 games? That's going to be pretty hard, especially Washington did get pretty banged up against the Cowboys last Sunday. Can they maintain?
Yep.
It's like I said, it's a tight race all the way to the end. I'm excited to see how this all is going to formulate. I just don't think that the 4 teams that are first place in the division, I think they're going to remain there. I really do.
Yeah, it's just depending on what seeding is what they're seeding, and because right now we know with Arizona losing, Green Bay's number 1, Tampa Bay's number 2.
Well, I'm hoping for the Bucks to be number 1 on this one.
Hey, I got Tampa Bay representing the NFC, so I had Tampa Bay and Buffalo in the Super Bowl. That was a good game last week, going to overtime. I don't think I'm going to get that in February, but I still think Tampa Bay is still the team to watch out for in the NFC. But they got more competition there than what the AFC is showing. I mean, because it's all jumble right now. You got 3 teams, that are that potentially can get there. I mean, I'm not going to take none away from the Cowboys, but you got 3 teams who have 10 wins already, with the Cowboys on the outside looking in on those teams. So, and then the wild card teams are not no pushovers either when you talk about the Rams and the 49ers at this moment.
Look, the wild card team could go all the way too. So that's what's making it special, especially that the number 1 team is the only team with a bye week. So,
yes. Yeah.
But hey, this show again is brought to you by the CMG Sports Podcast Network. Visit clovercrestmedia.com to learn all about the shows, sports shows and drama shows and mystery shows. It's all of it. All of it's right there on clovercrestmedia.com. And let's start with our NFL picks, week 15, the very first game. It's a short week for both teams. This Thursday at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Chiefs go on the road against the Chargers.
Man,
all right, 12-2. You got this. Who you pick?
Yeah, I mean, this was a thriller game back in week 3, 30-24 game. But I'm liking Kansas City, man. I mean, these guys have only allowed 17 or less points in the last 6 games while they're on their winning streak. And I know everybody's talking about Mac Jones and the Patriots, but man, let's talk about the Chiefs too, man. Defending AFC champions. They're hot in a 6-game winning streak. They look like they were left for dead in the alley at 3-4. But Patrick Mahomes said, I got this. Boom. Let's resuscitate this and show them who we really are. Herbert, I've taken none away from Justin Herbert, man. 8-5. They're 4-3 at home. So this is a good way to start this week 15 off on Thursday night. But I am going with Kansas City in this game to continue on with their winning streak.
I don't see the Chargers sweeping the Chiefs.
Right.
And look, they're going to be in LA on this one, right?
Yeah.
So it's like road teams are going to win on this. The Chiefs, you said it. Look, the Chiefs are averaging 11 points in the last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're taking care of business, especially teams that they need to beat. And they're showing it. Okay. You talked about the first meeting that they had where they lost 30-24, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 30-24, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions in that game. Mahomes is not going to throw 2 interceptions this week.
No.
This guy's solid. He's rock solid. The players are in sync. Take the Chiefs. They're going to beat the Chargers on this one. And they will cover the spread. Now we're going to Saturday's game, the first Saturday for the NFL. The Raiders visit the Browns.
We talk about promoted demote. I mean, here we go again with COVID-19. Here we go. It's starting all over again, and it seems like COVID is going to wind up winning this one if people don't start doing what they know they're supposed to do. I don't want to get into the whole situation with this, but we all know what we need to do. Right now, Cleveland is not doing that because COVID is decimating the Cleveland Browns right now. Baker Mayfield is going to be out. I think Jarvis Landry are. But I believe that there's still more of a stable team than what the Raiders are. Cleveland got a lot more to play for. I think Case Keenum is healthy and will get into this game. And If he can't get it done in the air, he'll give it to the ground game with General Nick Chubbs. And I think the Browns will come out winning this game, which may confuse people. If you're sober, you'll be watching this game. You're going to think you're drunk, because you got two teams going in two different directions. And so it's like, come on, you got to go
hell.
back on the road
I
here.
can't
But
believe you used that analogy about being drunk. What's wrong with you?
hey,
Man, I'm gonna tell you this: the Raiders have lost 3 straight meetings against the Browns,
mhm.
and that's with Carr being there. Okay, the Browns are 1 game away to take over the AFC North.
Yeah, yeah,
Saying maybe possibly the Ravens losing this week, right?
maybe.
And look, Mayfield's not playing,
No,
but as long as they take care of the ball, I don't think that the Browns will have an issue. I
I
think
think
this is going to be a close game. I won't be surprised if it's a nail biter with a game-winning field goal on this one, but the Browns will take it at home.
I think Case Keenum is going to do a good job in this game. I believe so.
This is the game that Mayfield need to be at, man.
He'll be there, but no, he ain't gonna be there. He's gonna
He'd be
he'll be
watching. The Patriots versus the Colts, which is my favorite here because,
yeah.
like I said, I am biased when it comes to Mac Jones. I'm not a big fan of the Patriots, but I am biased with Mac Jones. And those of you that follow me through all 4 downs, especially last year, I've been saying Mac Jones this, Mac Jones that. I'm a big fan of his, and he has a good head on his shoulders. The Patriots are 9-4, 6-0 on the road. And regardless of what Bill Belichick has done and that staff, they know how to take care of their rookies. They know how to position their players. That system, I mean, you need to take the playbook out of that of Bill Belichick of how to take care of your rookie quarterback. All right. On the other hand, you're playing against the Colts. The Colts are favored at 2.5. Why? Because Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles defeated the Patriots in the Super Bowl. On that note, I'm still not picking the Colts. I'm going to lean in with that 6-0 record. I see the Patriots winning. I do not see a blow at all, but I'm taking the Patriots to win it. Preferably maybe 34-27. That's how I see it. But the Patriots will get it done.
Yeah, I don't think the Patriots are going to stop the run game. I think that's going to be too much for their defense to try to handle. But they have won the last 8 meetings against Indianapolis. I mean, that's crazy. They won 8 in a row against Indianapolis, and I was kind of weighing myself back and forth with this game. I'm to be honest with you, I was going for Indianapolis this whole week, but then when I started looking at it a little closer, I was thinking, I think New England's going to wind up pulling this game out. It's going to be a close game because the Colts are like a 1-4 or something like that when the game is decided by 7 or less. So they can't win close games. There has to be a blowout in order for them to win these games. Yeah, they're riding a little high right now because they got the leading rusher in the NFL with Jonathan Taylor, and that's only because Derrick Henry is not playing. So I give the Colts the running game, but I do not give them the game. So I am picking the Patriots to win this game.
Look, we see a lot of running backs. They're running fast, right?
Yeah.
And but there's a game where they're going to stumble. This is one of those games because the Patriots defense, their run stop defense is pretty awesome. All right.
But I think New England has to be careful because if they ride into the playoffs on a winning streak, they really got to be careful because you don't want to get cold at the wrong time. You definitely don't want to get cold at the wrong time.
I think somebody got my playbook because that's going to be our next topic.
Do we really need to talk about that? I mean, I don't know how proud you are about saying that they're going to whoop on the Giants. I mean, come on.
Look, man, if you're going to play the Giants, I'm going to tell you this right now. Be prepared to lose the following week because you may think your system is awesome, but you're talking about the Giants that are dysfunctional right now.
Oh, my God.
Look, man, if you heard me on Sunday and if you heard me the week before, I said, look, other teams that need to make the playoffs, if they play the Giants, they're gonna say you're welcome. So the Cowboys should not have a problem scoring 40 points. I'd say that right. I'm a Giants fan. If they don't score and defeat the Giants over 10.5, which they give in Dallas, then you might as well tell the Cowboys and all their fans kiss the playoffs goodbye because they might win that first home game and lose the following. And Dak Prescott has not been playing well since I don't know when. Like,
Yeah.
he's not been playing well. Why did he have to throw that interception against that Washington game?
Yeah.
Why is he forcing the ball?
Yeah.
That's not his style to play. So I'm just not convinced. I'm not sold on the Cowboys, but against the Giants, if you can't score double digits against them, then you got a problem. I don't think we need to talk more about that one. But the Bengals and the Broncos, that's going to be a good game. All right. The Bengals coming off the loss of the overtime loss, right? And the Broncos, they need to step up their game to make the playoffs. So who you got on this one?
This one was another one that was kind of tricky. And, I think the schedule makers, they think it seems like they could look into the future and figure these things out. You know, um, I'm gonna ride with the Bengals on this one. I mean, yeah, the Bengals are unpredictable. I get it, but if I'm not gonna sit here and contradict what I've been saying for the last 2 weeks and saying that Cincinnati's gonna win the division, but then I'm gonna sit here and say that Denver's gonna win because Denver has been really inconsistent themselves too. Okay, and I think the Bengals being top five in run defense, they can put some kind of confusion on Denver, and put them in a situation that makes them real uncomfortable. So and and, and so I don't see Cincinnati losing three in a row, knowing that they have. I think, to me personally, I think Cincinnati has a lot more to play for than Denver does when it comes to this playoff, seedings, especially when it comes to the division. The Bengals really got a lot more to play for. I think they're going to go out there and play a little harder. And I think Joe Burrow is going to do good. I mean, to me, last week he made him look banged up, but he played great against San Francisco. Okay, now they're traveling into the Mile High, where
Bengals made a comeback on that game.
they made a great comeback on that one.
Yes.
So I am sticking with Cincinnati on this one to beat Denver up there in empowered field. So yeah, I do.
Fair enough. I agree with you more on that one. The Panthers versus the Bills. I'm picking the Bills on this one.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have their frustrations on the Panthers. I expect a blowout in this game. The Bills should be 38-0. Okay, maybe I give the Panthers a field goal, but I think the Bills are just going to crush the Panthers.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're going to really see that top ranked defense just dismantle Carolina's offense in this game.
Cam Newton is probably going to have his last game there. He's going to be like, "Oh, I'm hurt," and then he's out for the season. I mean, they are playing two quarterbacks for the Panthers this weekend, so I still don't understand what that whole two quarterback thing is. But yeah, I expect Cam Newton to get benched again.
Yeah, Carolina's just struggling to run the ball. I mean, so I think so either way on both sides of the ball, Buffalo's defense is just going to just swarm them.
Now, I'm gonna warn you right now on this game. The Cardinals are going to the Lions.
Yeah.
Now, don't. Somebody told me don't disrespect the Raiders, and I had to. But the one team you should never disrespect is the Detroit Lions. Don't let that record fool you. And I'm telling you that pay attention to the Lions games. Okay, I think they may have one or two that they got blown out, but all the other games they've been hanging tough. Okay, they play with heart, and I like that. But they're giving Arizona a 13-point spread. I feel like that is a little bit too much.
Yeah,
especially for a game like this.
I agree. That is a lot. That's showing no respect to Detroit. And as long as you got Jared Goff behind that ball, I see it being much closer than that. Because Arizona's defense to me is suspect. I get it. They're 7-0 on the road. I get it. But man, the way that defense, plays.
I won't be surprised if the Cardinals got their first loss on the road.
Yeah. Hey, Detroit,
I mean, how much did it take out of them against the Rams? You know what I mean? But
I could see the over of 47.5 on this one.
Yeah, but I'm not going to pick against the Cardinals. I'm not ready for that.
Right.
But I'm definitely not picking the Cardinals on the spread. I'm not giving the Cardinals 13 points.
But I'll definitely take the over. 47.5. That might be at halftime.
The Jets against the Dolphins.
Look, the Dolphins are riding on a 5 game winning streak. I don't know. The Jets hasn't even won in Miami since 2015. So the Jets are a whole lot of mess. The Dolphins are improving. I got the Dolphins winning this game.
Outstanding.
I mean, what I think Tua Tagovailoa, I can never say his name. He has like 100 plus passer rating and just one interception in his last 3 starts. So I mean, the Dolphins are looking promising, even though they're still under 500, but it's still on a 5 game winning streak. Let's put some respect behind that Dolphin. You know what I'm saying? And
I think the Jets are going to get too dehydrated going down over there to Miami with the weather 82 degrees over there.
and sipping on some margaritas or something.
Hey, listen, this is the tiebreaker here. Washington visits Philadelphia.
Yeah, both teams 6-7. I know we were talking about this earlier. I like Philadelphia in this game. I mean, I know Tyler Heineke's is probably going to play, whether or not he's fully healthy with that knee injury from last week. But I just think that Jalen Hurts is going to take this team. Yeah, I know Philadelphia is 1-4 at home. I get it. It sucks. It's not looking good. But I think this is the make and break for the Eagles right here. They don't win this game, they're gone. They're done with. Washington, I feel honestly, if Washington loses this game, they are still in it. I know it sounds kind of weird me saying that because somebody's going to be 6-8 after this week, but I just got Philadelphia winning this game. I think Jalen Hurts is going to outshine Tyler Haneke in this one at home.
I got a feeling it's which team has the better running game.
Mm-hmm.
And being that Philadelphia's at 7-point favorite,
Yeah.
this game is going to be closer than that. And if you're betting, I'm telling you right now, it's safe to say you could choose Washington right now, and I guarantee that this spread is going to change by Sunday morning.
Yeah, I could believe that.
But I'm just gonna lean over that Washington, man. This is
Okay.
something that
Hey.
I I like Washington on this one. I like the heart, but I'm a Jalen Hurts fan too. You know,
Right.
I mean, it hurts me to say this, but I gotta pick Washington.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Oh
That was a good
man,
one.
the Titans versus the Steelers.
I struggle with this game right here. Being a 1 o'clock game. Pittsburgh has won the last 3 meetings against Tennessee, but Steelers are a whole kind of a different type of mess. I don't know.
Who are they?
Who is Pittsburgh? I mean, Pittsburgh's defense is shaky. I mean, they should have beaten Minnesota. They should have beaten Detroit. I don't know. I don't know. To me, you would think it'd be a safe bet going with Pittsburgh, but I'm taking Tennessee in this one. I'm not going to allow the fact that Tennessee's run game is obsolete here. Najee Harris probably will have a good game, on the ground, but I just think Tennessee is gonna win this game on the road in Pittsburgh. It'd probably be closer than what we think.
Nah, man, nah.
You don't think so?
No.
No?
Oh, I think it's. I mean, the spread is at a 1.5 favorite for Tennessee. They're not even sure. That's a pick'em game. They're not even sure what type of Tennessee. If the bookies are not sure, I'm not sure either. So
I think Tennessee
I
can
might
run
as
the
well
ball.
just go with Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, it's your choice. I mean, I'm not going to twist your arm. I mean, but
No.
I think even without Derrick Henry, they could still run that ball against Pittsburgh's defense.
Yeah, but they just something's missing. I mean, I don't know, man. It just again, it's not favorite for the Titans when you're giving them a 1.5 points, especially when the Steelers, the way they started on Thursday Night Football. I mean, look, the Steelers got some rest. They got plenty of rest.
And I
right?
think
Because the last game was Thursday night.
Yeah, and I think they're calling for snow in that game. I believe. I think that's what's in the
Well,
forecast.
it's 37 degrees. Who knows? It's partly sunny for that game. Who knows if it snows? But I'm leaning over to the Steelers. Let that wind blow. Let the Titans cool off a little bit. I'm taking the Steelers on this one.
When I looked at the offense versus their defense on both sides of the ball, I mean, to me, they're evenly matched. They're both a whole kind of a hot mess. Seriously.
You know who's a hot mess is this game right here, the Texans and the Jaguars. I don't even know who to pick in this game.
I'm going for the team that's 2-11. So I don't know about you. You tell me.
Well, after Urban Myers was so upset after that loss Sunday, he barely wanted to shake his hand to the other head coach, and he had that look in his face like I'm gonna whip someone's ass. or he has that look like I can't believe I'm head coaching this garbage ass team. Regardless, I'm just gonna go with the road team on this one. I'm gonna go for the Houston Texans.
Hey,
At least they play. At least they identify that they suck.
no,
I
they
don't know
do.
what's up with Jacksonville Jaguars, man. And and it seems like there's some issues in the locker room. I mean, there's a lot of rumors and stuff like that. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I know
you
what I you know what I understand? I understand not to bet in this game. So
no,
don't bet on this game.
right, no. Houston won the first meeting in week 1. I went for Jacksonville that first week of the season, and they beat them 37-21. There's not a even though Houston is a hot mess, but they know where they're going, where they're headed more than what Jacksonville is. And I think Davis Mills will do something like he did in the first week of the season. Jacksonville, I'm sorry, they're just all over the place here. I get they're both 2-11, but I like Houston's 2-11 better than Jacksonville's 2-11. So I
It
know
is what it is,
they
man.
got
It's in Florida. It's gonna be nice. It might be raining. I don't know. It
so
should
is
be
that
raining that game,
so
yeah.
so because Jaguars are at home, they give them the favorite. I'm going with Houston in this game.
Fair enough. I like that. Falcons versus the 49ers.
The 49ers are dangerous, man. They just suck at home. That's the problem. They just can't seem to win a game at home.
Yo,
But
how can you be so focused on going to the playoffs and you can't even win at home?
because they're going to be in the wild card team, so they're going to just be on the road the whole time.
You know what? Why didn't I think of that? Oh,
Yeah, I got the 49ers winning this game. I'm going with the Niners on this one. I just think they're a better team than the
look, the
Falcons.
way they finished against the Bengals last week, they're on the hot seat. They're rolling. They're rolling strong. Falcons, on the other hand, look, I don't know what's up with them. Uh,
Hey, 49ers won 4 of the last 5 games, so to get back into this
Nah,
race.
but I mean, you talk about a high power offense like the Bengals, the way they ended up coming back to tie the game, and then the 49ers were able to be steady. They were resilient, and that's what you're looking for, that resiliency.
Yeah,
That's why I'm picking the 49ers on this one.
yeah,
The
fair enough.
Seahawks versus the Rams. The Rams, I'm jumping ahead real quick, but the Rams should take care of business like they did against the Cardinals. They should not fall. They should not fall. I'm telling you that right now. The Rams should not fall. They should be set, steady, and go for the clinch.
Yeah, I think their defense is getting back on track the way they were supposed to be when they were losing. Um, but the Seattle, well, I'm not going to necessarily say Seattle's been doing good the last couple of weeks. It's just their competition who they've been playing. But yeah, I think the Rams defense is back on track, and they're trying to make a push for that division title. That'd be awesome for them to win that division and push the Cardinals into that wild card spot. That'd be crazy to see that. But yeah, I got the Rams winning this one pretty handily. I think Seattle don't have an answer.
Packers versus the Ravens. Man, we heard the story about the Ravens just falling every week. Someone is getting injured. I mean, I don't know how many more people can you get from the practice squad to jump onto the roster to fill in the gaps. But the Green Bay Packers should have no problem winning this game.
If Aaron Rodgers had all 10 healthy toes, I would say this would be a runaway. But since he's got a hurt toe, he's gonna be limping his way. You like what I did there?
He's gonna
Yeah,
go to the Pat what's his name, Pat McAfee show and show his toes again.
he's gonna go. He's gonna see if his Rogers rate covers his injured toe there. I got Green Bay. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't see Baltimore winning this division on the home stretch. I know they're 5-1 at home, but Green Bay is just on a whole different level, and I still feel that this will give Cincinnati a chance to win this week and start trying to take control of a jacked up division called the
Yeah,
AFC North.
yeah. But you gotta give my respect to the Ravens, man, for
No,
what
yeah,
they've been through to
yeah.
be in five. Most teams will be 0-13 right now.
No, I get it. I mean, the Ravens are playing
Yeah.
great. I'm not taking none away from them because
That
they
just shows there's a lot of pride in that organization.
they're still in first place as we speak. So I'm not taking nothing away
Hmm.
from them.
The Saints go on the road to the Buccaneers.
I think this is going to be Tom Brady's breakout game of the year because he can't seem to beat the Saints, no matter how bad the Saints are. It seems like that's Tom Brady's Achilles heel in the NFC. But I got the Buccaneers winning this game. I mean, they're just dominating every aspect of the game. 10-3, 6-0 at home. I don't know.
Once again, the temperature is going to be very comfortable for Tom Brady. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And like I said, I know Tom Brady's 0-3 in the regular season against the Saints, but that's not going to matter, man. You're at home.
It does matter.
No, I don't think so. Not in this situation.
But I'm not picking the Saints. So.
The Saints barely got their first win last week against the Jets.
All right, Monday Night Football. The Vikings go on the road to face the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Okay. When I thought I was enjoying the Thursday night game between the Vikings and the Steelers, that turned into let me get my popcorn and soda ready, because I just think the Vikings are just that kind of team that they will let the Bears stay in this game to the 2-minute warning of the fourth quarter, as bad as the Bears are playing football.
Well, the Bears hanged in there against the Packers in the first half of that game on Sunday Night Football, and what happened?
Well, you got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was just laughing at what the Bears offense was doing.
I gotta get this out of my system. All right, what's the deal with the toe, man? Like, seriously, it's Aaron. Look, man, ever since before even the season started, since the NFL draft, you heard about Aaron Rodgers this, Aaron Rodgers that, Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to Green Bay, or Aaron Rodgers not happy. Everything's about Aaron Rodgers. Yo, I'm tired of turning on the radio. Aaron Rodgers this and that. Then it was Justin Fields this and that. Then Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's like, damn, there's like other NFL teams that we could talk about, but it's always about these two people, Justin Fields or Aaron Rodgers. Let me tell you, and I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are not going to the Super Bowl this year.
I'm not going to disagree, because I got Tampa Bay going. They'll probably get to the NFC Championship
I picked the Rams, but I understand the situation, but it's just something that I'm hoping that he get discount double checked out of the playoffs and just get the hell out of Dodge, because I'm tired of hearing that. You know what I mean? And then they talk about MVPs and stuff like that. Listen, you know who's the MVP? The MVP I got to give is to the Ravens. Jackson deserves the MVP for all that's happening in that team. And as I know, Tom Brady is having one hell of a season. He could probably win it this season. But Lamar Jackson, man, if he doesn't win this for the position that he was under, you can't win without this guy. No other quarterback could do what he does to take a team that was depleted and still be in first place.
Yeah. And
give Harbaugh Coach of the Year. They should clean sweep that right now. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. So, I just think Aaron Rodgers' toe has COVID. That's why it's hurt. So I get, Aaron Rodgers is putting himself in the media for all the wrong reasons, but when you put him on the field, you can't take away the ability that this man has, for what he's done. I mean,
look, I understand he's one of the greats. I got it, but you know what else?
And what's stopping him from being the great is because he can't get him to the Super Bowl.
Wow, he's been having that opportunity, but they took the ball away from him on the last playoffs, right?
He keeps falling short. That's why he's not the greatest. That's why he's not the greatest.
Short, man.
It's something, because I mean, getting him to the NFC Championship game consecutively is not doing anything for you. You're not showing me anything by saying, okay, I can get there, but you got to get more than that. There's one more game after that.
But there's a good thing about it. And you ready for this? The more we hear about Aaron Rodgers, the less we hear about Tom Brady. And Tom Brady's probably cool with that, because the attention is on them. Brady is doing his thing. And at the end of the day, you say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers be in the Super Bowl versus who? It could be possibly the Patriots.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced of the Patriots, because I've never seen a rookie take a team to the Super Bowl.
And the way the Chiefs are playing, it could be another repeat. Yeah.
He's just the cowboy killer, and that's it. You're
That's it.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Aaron Rodgers just knows how to
Mhm.
beat the Cowboys. Yeah.
But then again, anybody could be a cowboy killer.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Tom Brady's
seen
doing
Tony
it too.
Romo when he was falling flat on his ass.
Tom
We
Brady
saw
was, yeah.
Dak fall on his ass too. So
Yeah. And that's what I think is going to stop the Cowboys from making it to the Super Bowl, because what if, because they
Mhm.
still got to play the Cardinals in the regular season. What if they lose to the Cardinals in the regular season? Okay. What is that showing the Cowboys and the NFC East? You know what I'm saying? We're just second tier to everybody else. And I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a Cowboy hater, but when you lose, when Zach Zerline misses a field goal, who should have beaten the Buccaneers, and you don't get it, okay,
Mhm.
things like that come back to haunt you, okay. And if they lose to the Cardinals, what are you showing us? You got to win the games now in the regular season in order to have any chance of going into this playoff and thinking that you're going to go on the road to Green Bay or Tampa Bay or even maybe Arizona to try to to get to the Super Bowl. And if you do get there, what if you run into Patrick Mahomes or Mac Jones again? Are you going to have success again? It's going to be tough,
Oh, you know
because
what's going to be tough is that, let's say if Cowboys did go to the Super Bowl
mhm.
and they find themselves playing against Kansas City or New England. I'm sorry to say, man, but the Cowboys don't have a chance.
I really don't. I just think that maybe.
Defense is always going to win championships.
Mhm.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm a firm believer. I was raised to believe in that. I know that the era has changed, right? But I'm always believing that whoever has the best defense out of both conferences, they're going to make it.
And
I'm a
Cowboys,
Cowboys fan, but I'm sure they won't get past the second round.
the Cowboys
Look,
got, and they need Zeke. I mean, they need something on offense because, I mean,
mhm.
you
But
think
you know
about.
who's going to win? No, it's not going to win. You know what's going to be the factor is because COVID is going to be the factor. Who's going to be there? Last year, Tom Brady. If everyone was healthy against his opponents, do you think Tom Brady would have won the Super Bowl? Kansas City lost their whole entire offensive line.
Yeah,
You see what happened there, right?
yeah.
So again, it's like COVID is going to be a big issue here. Um, what else? And then is of course, you don't want to get injured towards the end of the season because you
Yeah,
get injured, you're not going to make the playoffs.
yeah.
So in your house sports, I like to hear their shows. They're 100% agreed. Defense will always win championships. Absolutely right. Can't say much for college football, but as far as the NFL, you're absolutely right. And
I
I
mean, because
think that right now the Chiefs have the best defense in the league right now.
yeah, no, I think so. If Buffalo was to squeak into this playoff, I think their defense can help them out a little bit. I think so,
Yeah. But
but
also
it
you talk
just
about the
depends.
Bills, right? You- They hit a slump. Was not
Yeah,
to say they turn things around and
yeah,
then roll coaster, coast right in.
yeah,
So anything's possible. And like I said, anything happens at any given Sunday, just like the movie with Al Pacino. I love that movie.
yeah. But really quick,
I
getting
love.
back to this Monday night game. I mean, I'm just going to favor Minnesota over Chicago. Um, I think both sides, neither side can stop the run. So I think that's going to favor Minnesota with Dalvin Cook and maybe even David Montgomery, just running that ball all over Chicago. Um, on offense, Minnesota ranks up there in the top 10 on passing and rushing. So that kind of favors them versus Chicago's defense. And when you try to match up Chicago's offense against Minnesota's defense, there's still no comparison. Even though Minnesota's defense ranks almost dead last, but Chicago's ranked offense almost ranked dead last. So that's almost an even battle there. So when you look at the two quarterbacks, well, Kirk Cousins to me is a better quarterback than Justin Fields. I think he would get it done, and he knows if I can't throw it, I'll run it. And he's had success against Pittsburgh last week when they did
Yeah.
that. They just ran the ball all over Pittsburgh. Can Chicago's defense get to Kirk Cousins? Can they sack him? Can they force him to make the bad throws? But if they do that, I'm sorry, between Montgomery and Cook, Chicago is in for a world of hurt at home. So I got Minnesota.
Well, this show is brought to you by Clovercrest Media. Subscribe to our channel to All Four Downs on YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook. And once again, you're tuning in to Clovercrest Media's Ovi Muniz and Hector V. thank you everybody for listening to our show. We'll be back tomorrow night for the college football as we cover down the bowls, our bowl predictions with Big Jace and Joe Aguirre, who are the hosts of the show. And of course, I'll continue to produce the shows and everything else. But hey, it's been wonderful. Stay tuned to hhwshow.com. We're going to be posting our bids, our ticket. And whether you agree or disagree, I'm here to make some money this weekend. I can't wait. So thank you, everyone, for your support. And once again, thank you for, man, look, I enjoyed it. We had a good chemistry going on. But big shout out to In Your House Sports. Also, big shout out to Sanders. And, of course, everyone else that partook to our show. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a great night. Until next week on All 4 Downs.